intermolecular force of attractions, classification based on intermolecular force of attractions. So based on intermolecular force of attraction, polymers are classified into 4 types. There are 4 types of polymers. 1, elastomers. 2, fibers. 3, thermoplastic polymers. And 4th one is thermosetting polymer. Right? So there are 4 types of polymers. Now first one is elastomer. See here, in each type we need to remember 2 important points. 1, what are the intermolecular forces and what are examples. That's it. And tell me, elastomer. So elastomer, these are the polymers having elastic like property like rubber. So these are the polymer having elastic property like rubber, and in this case these polymer chains are held together by weak intermolecular force of attraction, that is a van der Waals force of attraction will be there. So these are having van der Waals force of attraction. So due to weak van der Waals force of attraction, so these polymer chain can be stretchable. When force is applied, they can be stretched. That means they can be, what is it? Elongated, and they can come to original position when force is removed. So therefore, that is, they are stretchable because of weak van der Waals force of attraction. And moreover, these polymers are also they are amorphous nature. Amorphous nature. Then what are the example for these polymers? Since they are elastic nature, natural rubber is the best example, and even synthetic rubber. Can you tell me example for synthetic rubber? Last class you have studied Bona, Bona S, Bona N, and even neoprene is also example for synthetic rubber. Therefore, natural rubber and synthetic rubber, all these are example for elastomers. Okay. Next, second one is fibers. Now tell me, in case of fiber, these are the polymers having thread-like structure. They are having thread-like structure, but the important is, so these polymer chains are held together by strong hydrogen bonding. That means in between the polymer chains, they are having strong hydrogen bonding. So due to strong hydrogen bonding, so these polymers are, they are hard and tough and having high tensile strength. Important. So these polymers having high tensile strength because of strong intermolecular force of attractions. And now generally these are amorphous solid, amorphous nature, but fibers are, they are crystalline nature. They are having crystalline property, that is, they are crystalline nature. Then what are the example for fibers? Nylon 6,6, nylon 6, even terylene, which is also called Dacron, no? Terylene, which is also called Dacron, or example for many more are there, but you can take some important example. They are fibers. Next is thermoplastic polymer. Okay. So in case of thermoplastic polymer, so these are the polymers. These are the polymer having internuclear or intermediate force of attraction. That is, the molecular force of attraction of thermoplastic polymer is stronger than elastomer, but weaker than fibers. Okay. right? So therefore here, and moreover, these thermoplastic polymers usually they are linear chain polymers, or they are having some branches. Therefore thermoplastic polymers are these are the polymers are usually they are linear or branched chain, some branched chain polymers, and they have intermediate intermolecular force of attraction. That means it is a stronger than elastomer, weaker than fiber. But one important property is these polymers they become soft on heating and they become hard on cooling. Therefore when these polymers are heated they become soft. For example, polythene, it becomes soft on heating and it become hard on cooling. And moreover, these polymers can be molded into desired shape by heating. When these polymers are heated, they become a desired whatever shape you want, you can get it by heating these polymers. Okay, and moreover, these are reusable polymers. Then last one is thermosetting. Can you tell me example here? Polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene, many more, polyvinyl chloride, etc., PVC, etc. Then thermosetting polymer, it is quite opposite. In case of thermoplastic polymer, these are the usually linear or few branches or slightly branched chain polymer, whereas thermosetting polymer is these are the polymers, they are heavily branched polymers or even cross-linked polymer also. Heavily branched or cross-linked polymer. And in case of thermoplastic polymer, these polymers they capable of softening on heating and hardening on cooling. But in case of thermosetting polymer, these polymers become hard on heating, not soft. They become hard on heating and even they become infusible on heating. It is due to formation of extensive cross linkages. That means when these polymers are heated, they form extra cross linkages, which is called extensive, means more cross linkages between the polymer chain. Due to formation of more and more cross linkages in between polymer chains, so they become infusible, means they become hard on heating, and these polymers cannot be reused. So here thermoplastics polymer can be reused, so these cannot be reused, they are not non-reusable. Therefore here example, so example for this is bakelite, melamine, and urea formaldehyde resin, right? So these are the important example for thermosetting polymer. Okay, this once again, based on intermolecular forces, polymers are classified into elastomer, fiber, thermoplastic, thermosetting polymer. So among four polymer, in which case or which of the following polymer having strong hydrogen bonds? That is fibers. Okay, next, in case of elastomer, so these are the polymers having elastic property like rubber, and these polymer chains are held together by weak van der Waals force of attraction. As a result, so these polymer can be stretched, so they are having stretchable property. When force is applied, they can be expand. When force is removed, they can comes to original position because of weak van der Waals force of attraction. Example, all rubber, natural as well as synthetic rubber. Next is fiber. So fibers are, these are the polymers having thread-like structure. They are having thread-like structure, but in between the polymer chain, they are having strong hydrogen bonds. Due to strong hydrogen bond, they are having high tensile strength. So therefore, fibers having high tensile strength due to strong intermolecular force of attraction. Example, nylon 66, nylon 6, terylene, Dacron, etc. Thermosetting polymer. So thermoplastic polymer are, these polymers are usually they are linear polymer or slightly branched chain. So they are slightly branched chain or linear polymer, and they are capable of softening on heating and hardening on cooling. Okay, and the intermolecular force of attraction is stronger than elastomer and weaker than fibers. That means they have intermediate force of attraction. So stronger than elastomer, weaker than fibers. Okay, and these polymers can be molded into any shape. Okay, by heating, because they become soft on heating, right? And therefore these are reusable polymers. Okay, in case of thermosetting, it is quite opposite. In case of thermosetting, these polymers are usually, they are highly branched or even cross-linking polymers, and these polymers become hard on heating. It is due to formation of extensive cross linkages. When these polymers are heated, many more cross linkages formed. So due to formation of extensive cross linkages, so they become infusible, means hard and hard. Okay, and these polymers are not reusable. Once it is used, so it cannot be remolded. You cannot mold it again and again. So here it is remolded, no. So you can mold into desired shape. This is not possible. Example, bakelite, melamine formaldehyde, so urea formaldehyde. These three are example for resins. Okay, ready. Classification based on intermolecular force of attractions. 1. Elastomers. Right. These are the polymers. These are the polymers having elastic property like rubber. These are the polymers having elastic properties like rubber, comma, these are amorphous solid, amorphous nature. These are amorphous nature. Next, in elastomers, polymer chains are in elastomers, polymer chains are held together by, in elastomers, polymer chains are held together by weak van der Waals force of attractions. Weak van der Waals force of attractions, comma, these weak binding forces permit the polymer to be, these weak binding forces permit the polymers to be stretched. Example, natural rubber, bone-iron, neoprene. Natural rubber. What is a natural rubber? We'll study next class. It is a cis polyisoprene. Cis polyisoprene is called natural rubber. Bone-iron, neoprene. Next is fibers. Fibers. These are the polymers having thread-like structure. These are the polymers having thread-like structure, comma, they have strong intermolecular force of attraction. They have strong intermolecular force of attraction like hydrogen bonding. Comma, they have high tensile strength. They have high tensile strength and crystalline nature. High tensile strength and crystalline nature. Example, So take these examples: nylon 6,6, nylon 6, terylene. Thermoplastic polymers. Right. These are linear or slightly branched chain polymers. These are linear or slightly branched chain polymers, comma, capable of softening on heating, capable of softening on heating and hardening on cooling, capable of softening on heating and hardening on cooling, comma, next, they have intermediate force of attractions, that is, they have intermediate force of attractions, that is stronger than what? Elastomers, stronger than elastomers, comma, weaker than fibers, comma, they can be easily molded into desired shapes on heating. They can easily molded into desired shapes on heating. Next, whether reusable or new, comma, they are reusable. They are reusable. Okay, take example: polyethylene, polypropylene, polystyrene, polyvinyl chloride, many more. Thermosetting polymers. Thermosetting polymers. These are heavily branched or cross-linked polymers. These are heavily branched or cross-linked polymers which are heating undergo extensive cross-linking and they become infusible they cannot be reused. They cannot be reused. Okay. Take example. We have studied copolymers, no? What are the copolymers? Addition polymers are two types: homopolymer, copolymer. So homopolymers are the polymer which are formed by addition of same monomer. If the polymer is formed by addition of two different monomer is copolymer. Okay. So example also written now. So what are the example for copolymer? Nylon 6, yeah, Bona N, Bona S. These two examples studied, no? Okay. Then copolymers are further classified into 4 types. 1, take down, alternating copolymer. Alternating copolymer. 2, block copolymer. 3, random copolymer. And 4, grafted copolymer. Okay, so this classification made based on the arrangement of monomers. Okay, so therefore based on the arrangement of monomers they are classified into 4 types. So first one is alternating copolymer. Tell me, the name itself giving meaning, alternating copolymer. What is the meaning of this? If the monomers are arranged alternating positions, right? For example, if I take A is a monomer, after A, B comes, then again A, B. It means, so here polymer, in this polymer chain, the monomers are arranged alternating positions, A, then B, then A, B, A, B. So like that, if the monomers are arranged alternating position in polymer chain, then they are called what? Alternating copolymer. Okay, definition not required, just take the arrangement. Next is block copolymer. In block copolymer, polymers are arranged in a block. Like for example, let us take the monomer AA is one block. After A, B comes, it is another block. The next is again A comes, it is one block. Again B comes, it is another block. Like that. So if the polymer, in the polymer, if monomers are arranged in a blockwise, this is one block, it is another block, then they are called a block copolymer. So where monomers are arranged in a blockwise. Next is random. So in random copolymer, in polymer chain, monomers are arranged randomly, not any particular sequence. Like for example, if A is there, then B is there, then A is there, B is there, A is there, like it is randomly, not any particular A, B, A, B, okay, not particular any arrangement. So therefore, in polymer chain, if the monomers are arranged randomly, then they are random polymers. The last one is grafted polymers. In grafted polymer, there is a long chain with one kind of monomer. Let us take, it is a long chain with one kind of monomer, and there will be a cross linkages or side chain with other monomer. This is also one side chain with other monomer. It may be one more, right? So the polymer chain in which a long chain is one monomer and side chains with other monomer, then they are called grafted copolymer. Okay, so this classification made based on the arrangement of monomers in polymer chain. Okay, so next is, yeah, till here classification of polymers over. So next we have addition polymer, addition polymerization, condensation polymer, condensation polymerization, and important examples. So therefore, some important addition polymers and some important condensation polymers. So question can be expected from these two. 99% question illinda barutte. Okay, so therefore it is that much important. Next, right, addition polymerization. Addition polymerization. Addition polymerization, also called chain growth polymerization. addition polymerization over or chain growth polymerization. Tell me, so what is addition polymer and what is addition polymerization? So addition polymer is the polymer which is obtained by addition of the monomers having double or triple bond, called addition polymer, and this process is called addition polymerization, which is also called chain growth polymerization. Right? The polymers which are formed by addition of monomers, the polymers which are formed by addition of monomers having either double or triple bond, addition of monomers having either double or triple bond. Is it with elimination of water? Elimination of any species takes place here? No, no elimination. With addition of having double or triple bond, called addition polymers, and this process is called addition polymerization. Some important addition polymers. 1. Take down. Polyethylene. In polyethylene there are two polyethylene. 1. LDPE, low density polyethylene, and B. high density polyethylene. Will study preparation and their uses. Next, 2. Polypropylene. 3. Polystyrene. Take down fast. 4. Polyvinyl chloride. 5. Polyacrylonitrile, called PAN, PAN. Polyvinyl chloride, PVC. Polytetrafluoroethene, it is called PTFE. Polytetrafluoroethene, PTFE. Its commercial name is Teflon. Next, 7th one is polymethyl methacrylate. Polymethyl methacrylate, it is called PMMA. Next, 8th one, polyethacrylate. So polyacrylonitrile, it is called Orlon. Next, polymethyl methacrylate, which is also called Flexiglass. Okay, so in all these polymers we need to study preparation, that is polymerization, and 1-2 important properties and 1-2 important uses. Okay, see here in property, when you see the property of this polymer, so almost all polymer having similar property, 1-2 similar property. The first similar property is chemical inert. Of course all these are chemically inert. Okay, so since they are chemically inert and moreover they are they are insulators, right? You know, polyethylene, insulator, polypropylene, polyvinyl chloride, all these are insulator. So since they are insulator, they can be used for the, you know, coating the insulation or insulating the electric wires. Okay, so these two are common property, common uses, and particularly they have their particular uses. Those particular uses question may be asked. Okay, now let's see one by one. First one is polyethylene. In polyethylene, it is a low density polyethylene. It is called LDPE. So low density polyethylene. Tell me, so how do you prepare low density polyethylene? Nothing but from ethene. Okay, so what is the ethene? CH2 double bond CH2, n number of ethene molecule, undergo addition polymerization, but important is condition. So this condition is, it is approximately 570 Kelvin temperature, and most important is 1000 to 2000 atm pressure, and in presence of trace amount of either oxygen or peroxide as a catalyst. Okay, so therefore, now tell me, it undergo polymerization, what it gives? CH2 CH2. No, how to write polymer? To write the polymer, remove the pi bond. Okay, write the two side single bond, you make it polymer, that is N. CH2 single bond CH2, this is N. What is this? LDP. It is a polyethylene, but LDPE. Okay, then tell me, what are the properties of LDPE? 1. Is it linear or branched chain polymer? Linear. Howda? LDPE, low density, is linear or branched chain? If it is a linear polymer, we know that linear polymers are stacked over each other, they are very closely packed. Due to very close packing, they become high density. It is low density. Therefore, it is a branched chain polymer. Just to beg answer. It is a branched chain polymer, right? Next. Now, it is a branched chain polymer and chemically inert, no? It is a chemically inert because all the polymers chemically inert, particularly the synthetic polymers, addition polymers, chemically inert. Next, whether it is insulator or conductor, all are insulator. So it is an insulator, therefore it is used in the insulation of electric wires, right? It is insulator used in insulation, yes or no? Insulation of electric wires. And next, yeah, this low density polyethylene is, of course, it is of course hard. Not, it is a very tough. It is a flexible. When compared to high density polyethylene is a tough. It is tough as well as more hard, but it is a flexible. So therefore, since it is a flexible polymer, it can be used in making even flexible pipes, even it is making toys, even bottles, etc. So therefore, it is a flexible. So therefore, it is used in making flexible pipes, even toys, bottles, etc. It is about LDPE, low density polyethylene. Okay. Next is high density polyethylene. Tell me, it is HDPE, high density polyethene. Tell me, so how do you prepare high density polyethene? Now reaction will be same but conditions are different. So reaction is, it is a n number of ethene molecule undergo addition polymerization, but what condition? It is at 333 to 343 Kelvin temperature and 6 to 7 atm pressure, but most important is in presence of Ziegler-Natta catalyst. It is in presence of Ziegler-Natta catalyst. So therefore it gives rise to polyethene, that to HDPE, high density polyethene is formed. Now here, what is the Ziegler-Natta catalyst? This question was previously asked. Tell me, which of the following is a Ziegler-Natta catalyst? So Ziegler-Natta catalyst is, it is a mixture of titanium tetrachloride plus triethyl aluminum. The mixture of titanium tetrachloride triethyl aluminum is a Ziegler-Natta catalyst. So this is used in the polymerization, particularly in preparation of HDPE, high density polyethene. Yes or no? Next, then what are the properties and uses? So properties are almost similar except one property, it is a flexible, it is a tough, hard and tough. So this polymer is a hard and tough due to high density. Therefore because of hard and tough, this polymer is used, all these uses are common. Along with this use, it is also used in the preparation of tubs, what is it, tub, buckets, dustbins, and even pipes, bottles, etc. Same. Okay, therefore now tell me, it is branched chain polymer. What about this? Linear. It is linear. Okay, bala serious ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ. It is a linear polymer. Next, it's chemical inert or chemical real? It is chemically inert. All synthetic polymers are usually chemical inert only. Okay, they do not undergo disintegration, decomposition. No, even it is 100 years also, they do not undergo chemical decomposition. Agala. So therefore chemically inert, and they are insulator or not? So these are also insulator, right? So therefore since they are insulator, it is used in insulation of electric wire, and it is a hard and tough, and it is used in making dustbins, buckets, ಬಾಟಲ್ಸ್. ಯಾವ ಬಾಟ್ಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಟಾಯ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಟ್ರಾ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸೇಮ್. Next, third one is poly. ಬರ್ದಿಲ್ಲ? ಹಾಂ, ಟೇಕನ್ ನೋ. Next, polypropylene. Second one, polypropylene. Tell me. So what is polypropylene? It is obtained from the propene. Propene is CH2 double bond CH. Here is CH3. So propene undergo addition polymerization. Okay. So usually, all addition polymers, they undergo polymerization in presence of high temperature, high pressure, and usually peroxide catalyst. Okay. Usually in presence of peroxide, it may be organic peroxide, even it is a hydrogen peroxide also. So even it is a inorganic salt peroxide also. Therefore, in presence of peroxide catalyst and high temperature and pressure. So temperature pressure is not mentioned for this and not required. You remember, temperature pressure is high and catalyst is peroxide. It undergo polymerization. You know the how to write structure. Polypropene. Polypropene. Okay. Where this is used? It is used in even making toys, bottles, ropes, etc. Pardon. It is used in making toys, rope, comma, pipes, etc. Next, third one is polystyrene. Tell me, what is the monomer of polystyrene? Styrene. Styrene is nothing but benzene ring which is having ethylene group. Okay, phenyl ring attached to ethylene group, it is a styrene. So this styrene undergo polymerization, high temperature, pressure, and in presence of peroxide catalyst, it gives a polystyrene. Okay, so styrene gives polystyrene. Okay, so where this polystyrene is used? So this polystyrene is used making television and radio cabinets, right? You might have seen radio, the cabinet of radio, it is with styrene. Even television, nowadays it is a smart TV, but if you go 5-10 years back, there was doom. Yeah, that doom is covered with of course polymer, no, polymeric sheet, that is nothing but polystyrene. Okay, so it is used in making radio and television cabinets. It is used in making radio and television cabinets, comma, it is used as a insulator. And next is, even it is toys also be prepared. It is also used in making toys. Polyvinyl chloride, it's PVC. Tell me. So in polyvinyl chloride, what is the monomer? Remove the poly word, vinyl chloride. Then that question alla. Okay, then what is vinyl chloride? Is the question. So ethylene group is containing chlorine, right? Then it undergo polymerization, that is addition polymerization. So usually addition polymerization takes place in presence of high temperature, high pressure and peroxide catalyst. The condition is same. It gives rise to polymer, that is polyvinyl chloride. Okay, tell me, it is PVC, it is also called PVC. So where this PVC, polyvinyl chloride, is used? So you all know that PVC is a very popular with PVC pipes, right? So therefore it is used in the making pipes. Not only pipes, it is also used in making pipes as well as handbags, raincoats, even vinyl flooring. Have you seen vinyl flooring? Vinyl flooring and the use material. This is nothing but, this flooring is nothing but vinyl flooring. Sheet is there, no? It is a vinyl sheet. Okay. So therefore it is also popular with the name of vinyl flooring. Okay, right on. It is used in making pipes, manufacture of pipes. It is used in manufacture of pipes, comma, raincoat, comma, handbags, and it is also used in vinyl flooring. Vinyl flooring. Okay. So next polymer is polyacrylonitrile. Polyacrylonitrile. It is fourth one, no? Polyacrylonitrile, it is called PAN. Its commercial name is Orlon. Okay. And tell me, what is the monomer of polyacrylonitrile? It is acrylonitrile. Right. So in vinyl chloride, there is a chlorine here in place of CN. Right. In acrylonitrile, in place of chlorine, CN will be there. Right. This is acrylonitrile. Undergo polymerization. So at high temperature and pressure, it is addition polymerization. It gives rise to polyacrylonitrile, PAN. Okay, then where this PAN is used? So this PAN has important, particularly in what do you say? In fabrics or which industry? Textile industry. Okay, so it has important in textile industry, and moreover, this PAN it is also called artificial wool. Usually, wool can be taken from the sheep. Okay, so is it sufficient wool is available from the sheep? Not. That's what the substitute for natural wool is this PAN. So this is also called a substitute for wool. Okay, you know what is the use of this wool and all in what is it? Making, yeah, in winter season, sweater and all, etc. Okay, done. Okay, it is heard in this. It is also called Orlon, comma. It is used as, or it is a substituent for wool. It is a substituent for wool. Next, sixth one is polytetrafluoroethene. This was the previous CET question. Polytetrafluoroethene. It is called PTFE. Its commercial name is Teflon. Have seen Teflon? Everybody might have seen. Not? So your in home cooking pan, see no? That cooking pan is coated with one polymer. That is nothing but Teflon. So yes, non-stick pans. All the non-stick pans are coated with Teflon coated. Right? That is a PTFE. So therefore, tell me, what is the monomer of PTFE? TFE. What is the TFE? Tetrafluoroethene. So ethene is C double bond C. There is a tetrafluoro. It means there are 4 fluorines will be there and 2 carbon. It is a tetrafluoroethene. So this tetrafluoroethene undergo polymerization, addition polymerization. It forms polytetrafluoroethene. This is one of the important polymer because it is a it is resistant to corrosion, even it is resistant to temperature. So because of resistant to corrosion and temperature, it is used in the oil seals and gaskets, and it is also used in the coating non-stick pans. Okay, later. It is resistant to corrosion, temperature. Corrosion, temperature. It is used in making oil seals, gaskets, and it is also used in coating non-stick pans. Coating the non-stick pans. Okay, next is polymethyl methacrylate. Polymethyl methacrylate, it is called PMMA. It is also previous CD question, which is also called flexiglass. The question is this: which of the following is a flexiglass? PMMA option was there. Option also given in short form, PMMA. Okay, so which is called flexiglass. Okay, do you know where it is used? Flexiglass, it is used in decorative material. In the decorative material it is used. In down our bakery is there, no? ಹೆಸರು ಏನದು? Cake world, new world. Okay, letters nodi. Those letters are made with flexiglass. It is like glass material, but not like hard. It is not like glass hard material. It is a soft and transparent. Okay, that's what it is called, flexiglass. It's just like glass, but it is more transparent than glass. Okay, it has shining as well as transparent, etc. So which is used in the decorative material. Okay, fine. Then we want, what is the monomer of this polymethyl methacrylate? Methyl methacrylate. So methyl methacrylate, it is like ethene only, but on second carbon there is a methyl group, and okay, actually this is called acrylate. Methyl methacrylate. This part is acrylate. Methyl methacrylate. So which is undergo polymerization, addition polymerization, which takes place in presence of high temperature pressure and peroxide catalyst. Then you can write the polymer structure: CH2 double bond becomes single bond, CH3 will be same, and O, C double bond O, CH3, this is N. It is a PMMA, polymethyl methacrylate. Okay, it is used as decorative material. Last one is ethacrylate. Ethacrylate, it is also similar to methyl methacrylate, and moreover it is also used as a decorative material. Now tell me, so this is a methyl methacrylate, but here what is the monomer? Polyethyl, polyethacrylate, only ethacrylate. So acrylate is CH2 double bond COCOO. Then if the methyl is there, methacrylate. In place of methyl, if you write ethyl, it become ethacrylate. That's it. So CH2 double bond CHO, C double bond O, C2H5. That's it. It is a ethacrylate. So ethacrylate undergo polymerization, you will get the polymer. It is also a decorative material. So this is about addition, some important addition polymer. In all addition polymers, important is monomer, polymer and their uses. Which of the following is a Orlon? Which is Orlon? PAN, polyacrylo. Which of the following polymer used as substituent for wool? Substituent for wool, PAN, right? Polyacrylo nitrile. Okay. Next, which of the following polymer used in coating the non-stick pans? Teflon, polytetrafluoroethene, right? Okay. Next is Next at condensation polymer. Condensation polymerization. It is also called step growth polymerization. Condensation polymerization. It is also called step growth. Addition is chain growth. It is a step growth. So why it is called step growth? We will study with mechanism later. Right on. What is condensation polymer? The polymers which are formed by condensation of monomers having bi or trifunctional group with elimination of smaller molecule like water, ammonia, HCl, called condensation polymer, and the process called condensation polymerization. And condensation polymers are further classified into 3 types. There are 3 types of condensation polymer. Write this first. The polymers which are formed by condensation of monomers having bi or trifunctional groups with elimination of smaller molecules, bi or trifunctional groups with the elimination of smaller molecules like water, HCl, ammonia, called condensation polymers and this process is called condensation polymerization. Or step growth polymerization. Next, types of condensation polymers. Types of condensation polymers. So there are three types of condensation polymers. Take down. One, polyamides. Polyamides. Can you tell me what are polyamides? No, these are the polymers having amide bond. Polyamides, amide bonds. How the amide bond is formed? Amide bond is formed between amine and carboxyl group, no? Amine group and carboxyl group. Yes or no? So therefore, polyamides, they contain amide bond, that is NH double bond O, which is called amide bond. They contain amide bond. And here example, we have three important example. One, nylon 6,6, comma nylon 6, comma nylon 6, comma 10. There are three example. In three example, monomers are important. Nylon 6,6, nylon 6, nylon 6, nylon 10. Okay. Polyamide. Can you tell me which biopolymer having amide bond? Which biopolymers having amide bond? Proteins. Next, polyesters. Polyester. And tell me, they contain ester bond, no? Polyesters. Can you tell me which biopolymer has ester bond? Which biopolymer has ester bond? Nucleic acids, that is DNA and RNA. Okay, right on. They contain ester bond. Ester bond. Which is ester bond here? R, C double bond O, or no? So therefore, ester bond is formed between carboxylic acid and alcohol. Okay. And tell me example. Terline. Terline also called Dacron and glyptol. It is also called alkyd resin. Terline, glyptol. So two are example for polyesters. Next, third one is polyacetols. Polyacetal. So polyacetal contain which bond? They contain acetal bond, no? We study hemiacetal, acetal. Tell me, acetal contain which bond? Say in hemiacetal contain, one is a OH bond, another is a ether bond. This is hemiacetal, right? But what about acetal? Acetal contain two ether bonds, right? It is acetal. Therefore, polyacetols containing this bond, acetal bond. Can you tell me which biomolecule has hemiacetal and acetal bond? Now which bond is a hemiacetal bond and which bond is a acetal bond? We have studied in a carbohydrate. In carbohydrate, which bond is a hemiacetal bond? Yeah, the bond between cyclic ring, no, like glucose form cyclic ring. In the formation of cyclic ring, fifth carbon OH and first carbon aldehyde, it is a hemiacetal bond which contain one ether bond, alcohol bond. It is highly unstable, it is reversible. Whereas which bond is acetal bond? Glycosidic bond, right? The bond between two monosaccharides, glycosidic bond. Glycosidic bond is a strong bond. Once it is formed, it cannot be converted, right? Unless it has to be hydrolysis, broken. That is a acetal bond. Okay, then what are the example for polyacetal? Here three example we'll study. One, becquelite. Two, melamine formaldehyde resin, and even urea formaldehyde resin. So becquelite, melamine formaldehyde, urea formaldehyde resins are example for what? Polyacetals. Okay. Now write polyamides. Polyamides, three examples given in textbook. Let's study. We want only example that to monomer polymer structure, and uses are commonly there are common uses, 1-2 important uses are there, but in preparation what is the monomer and what is the polymer structures? Come on, tell me. Nylon 6,6. Do you know this nylon 6,6 name? This 6,6 indicate what? Alla chicken 65 ತರ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ name ಇಲ್ಲ. In there are two monomers having 6 carbon each. Tell me, what are the two monomers? One is a adipic acid. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇವತ್ತು ನೆನಪೋದ್ರೆ ನೆನಪಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ನೆನಪಿದಂಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ತಾನೇ. So adipic acid, hexamethylene diamine. Okay, adipic acid, hexamethylene diamine. Tell me. So which is adipic acid? Adipic acid is a 6 carbon dicarboxylic acid. So therefore it is CH2, 6 carbons, C double bond OH, and there is another carboxylic group. This is a adipic acid plus hexamethylene diamine. Hexamethylene, it means there are 6 methylene groups, and diamine, 2 amine. Okay, so this is undergo polymerization. Which polymerization? Condensation, polymerization. Okay, usually takes place on heating because water has to remove. Now tell me, to remove the water, last class also we have studied where there is a OH group, carboxyl group, hydrogen from amine. Or see, wherever in organic chemistry it comes, you remember that to remove the water, we must remove the OH from carboxyl group only. Suppose alcohol is there, alcohol and carboxyl group both are having OH. In that case, again carboxylic acid OH should be removed. So therefore OH must be removed from carboxylic acid, H from other compound. So therefore, now tell me, what is the polymer structure? It is 4 C double bond O, then NH CH6, this is nylon 6,6. In exam, by giving this structure, they may ask which of the following is a nylon 6,6. Tell me how to identify. So to identify nylon 6,6, you need to remember first monomer, that is adipic acid and hexamethylene diamine. Adipic acid, 6 carbon acid, 4 plus 2, 6 carbon. It should be adipic acid only. Hexamethylene diamine, amine, hexamethylene diamine. In question, they do not give you like a color printing. You have to identify bond. Now, which is here amide bond is the bond between CO and NH. No, this is a amide bond. Okay, we shall continue tomorrow. Go for lunch.